All right. Hello, everyone. Everyone who's here. It was supposed to be at 5, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be at 5. So hopefully I gave you the right time. If I did not, I'm sorry. And but you will get it from the record. So for anyone who's here, this is our first online seminar, our first workshop, which is going to be focused on exercising at home. This video should give you a very general information about how you can approach your training at home, what you can add to the training, and how you can compose the whole training unit. It's important to say this video is not like a textbook guidance of training. This is not like something I'll show you training and you can just copy all of that and do that. I will try to show you the main exercises that you should do, main areas of exercises, and I will show some variations. I will show some variations that you can do at home with no equipment or very little equipment. If you get the email and if you get the information, we created a special packages for you with our cooperating eShop Sveltus protraining.cz, my mistake. So if you didn't check yet, it should be in your email and it should be in a Facebook group. I will email you these packages one more time once this is over, because after this video you will know how you can use all that equipment. All right, so I will just do through whole training. I will start with a little bit of SMR. You should probably know a little bit about it, but don't worry if you don't. There will be another seminar which is going to be focused mainly on SMR. So you'll be able to learn a lot about it. I will just do a quick routine. Then I will get to some little mobility and activation. So I'm prepared to do some work, and then we'll get to the main part. This main part of this training, the main part I will use, as I said again, I will go through like 4 areas of exercises. I'll do some squat variations. I'll do some hinge variations, hip hinge variations, and I will do some presses and then some core exercises. So what you can do after you finish watching this video, you can basically just make a decision how you wanna use all that, and you can do basically 2 things. First thing, you can just create your training with the exercises I got for you. And you got to make decisions if you're going to do that every day, if you're going to do that every second day, and depending on that, you will put the things together. So you can basically create a little easy training for every day, like 20 minutes. You can just do one exercise from each area, and you can do a little work every day just to stretch. Feel better. I feel it. Understand. It's painful for your body. It's painful for your mind to just sit behind the computer. So you can just do that. You can just do a little training every day. And with all exercise I'll give you, you should be able to do a whole different training for like 5 days, at least 5 days. Or you can pick a more aggressive approach, and you can pick like 2 exercises from each, even 3 exercises from each area, and you can just do really hard training once per 2-3 days. It's really up to you. If you have equipment and conditions, options to challenge yourself, you can do that. But as Pepa said in second video, you shouldn't try to really push your body right now in the training too much, either in weight room, either running outside, just because it puts your body under a lot of stress. And right now you have so many reasons to be stressed about that, don't make it harder for the organism. All right, let's get this party started. I'll just put a camera right here. If you have any questions, just ask it. I won't be able to see it until I'm back here, because I'm going to be working out right now, but I will get to those when I'm done. And if you're watching from the record, if you're not here live, you can just put the questions in the comments, and I'm always checking. So if you ask a question, even tomorrow or even Sunday next week, I will see it and I will give you an answer, or someone else from Sporting Corner as well. All right, so I'll just make sure you see me. Good enough? All right, so I will start, as I said, with a simple SMR routine. I will use this cork roller. Right now, I'm not gonna go through the whole routine. I will just do it really quickly, smoothly, because I'm not trying to waste your time by just, by just getting ready. As I said, we will prepare another seminar, another workshop for SMR routine, and basically using these and using like a tennis ball and different equipment to help you to get through this routine, to know why this is important if you don't know it yet. I'm pretty sure Roman Radovsky, one of our trainers, he's kind of like specialist right now because he's lecturing about it a lot. So I'm pretty sure he will be more than open to do the little online seminar for you. What I'm doing right now, I'm just doing quickly, briefly trying to kind of wake up my muscles, kind of get a new blood in my, muscles, and kind of like send them a signal. Hey, I'm just gonna do something right now. I'm just doing like four rides, 4 slides for each of the body part, which should be just enough for this video, because I'm not trying to break any records here. So I should be just fine with a little wake up call. All right. All right. I'm not gonna even do quads. I would usually do quads, but right now I just do my groins a little bit. All right, and I'm good to go. I just check the time. We're right on time. All right, right now I did SMR, so right now my muscles are awake. There's a new blood, and my body knows something is going to happen. My muscles trying to get ready. Right now we'll do a little mobilization. Mobility. A few mobility exercises. We will do just three of them. You can add any exercises you have learned from your trainers before. I'm just going to use these 3 to, let's say, briefly get ready. We will probably do another mobility session with a trainer later. This one is called 99 hip mobility. I'm trying to get my hips more mobile right now. I can see after a few turns, my mobility feels much better. My hips are more loose. This one is for your T-spine and for your upper body, and I'll do it right like this so you can see me. You can see me properly. Right now, I'm just trying to get a proper position and reach outside, touch the floor, and get back. Oh. You can do that with your roller as well, as you can put it right here, and you let the roller to get you there. Ooh, oh yeah. Another side. All right, and the last one we're gonna do, I call it shoulder flow. It's just basically just get your shoulders into motion and try to go full range of motion with your shoulders. You can try to go a little bit slowly and then a little bit faster. All right, now other side, forward. You will try to not move your arms fully, but only with your shoulders. All right, now I'm just gonna go up and down, up and down. I'm really controlling those. I go both sideways, and I just go now. I'm just gonna go lock and forward. This little motion. I'll try to go all the way up and all the way down. I'm trying to go sideways just a couple of times. Again, wake up my shoulders. I can try to go backward just a little bit. You won't be able to go too far. Don't worry about it. Just where your body lets you. All right, and the last one, we're going to use this a lot. This is my favorite equipment at home. And right now, we're just going to try to basically break it. If you're too strong or your broom is fragile, make sure you're not going to break it. Right now, I'm just trying to break it this way, which, look at my shoulders gonna lock like this. I'm just doing it a couple of times. This will help me to engage my scapulas and my shoulders so they're ready to work. Oh, all right, just a couple of times. I just check myself. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm even warmed up. You know, I just did this couple exercises. I feel pretty good. All right, now we get to activation. Just check time. All right, less than 10 minutes, and we're still warming up. I'm pretty sure you will get ready for the training in less than 10 minutes, just to make sure you're properly warmed up, you're prepared, your body is prepared for whatever you're gonna put on it. Now, a little activation. Again, I picked 1, 2, 3 exercises. Actually, 2 exercises that you should do. Right now, we're just trying to engage the back chain and the muscles that we're going to use into actually working kind of way. Right now, we were just moving with them fluently, try to increase a range of motion per se. And right now, we're just going to really engage them. That means really use them. Controlled motion. And we will start with clamshell. We can do clamshell without any bands, but I would recommend you to use a band because after a while, you probably won't feel anything without band. You try to get to this position. It's really simple, and you just try to stick your ankles to themselves and try to really move only in your hips. And you will probably feel a little stretch right here in your groin, but you will also feel a burning pain. Yeah, I can feel it right now. You see, I haven't put any band on it, and right now I just feel how my glutes are working, how my hammies are engaged. If I'm trying to get more from it, I can just use a band like this, or I can use the little bands. I'm pretty sure you know them. They are in a package. They are in the first package. There are all 3 packages, which is basically just a really short bands that you can use. You can use it for this. Right now, I just use this one, and I'm trying to. That's too heavy for me. All right, I need to go to the other side. If you don't want to do this one, or you already doing that, you don't have a band and you cannot get it into the face, you actually feel the glutes. Let's say you just don't feel it. Got it? You can just do this variation, which is called a glute bridge, and you're just trying to take a deep breath, get your core engaged, and get slowly up. Now you basically trying to hold for a sec. You will engage your glutes, your hammies, and you just kind of gonna feel it. After a couple of seconds, you feel it, and you go slowly down. Again, you engage your core, get up. You can try breathe out, but still keep engaged your glutes, your hammies, and your core. Don't get only right here, because right here you're not extended fully. You see this little difference? This little difference means a lot, because if you're not gonna go all the way, you're not gonna engage your glutes as much, and you're just cheating yourself. All right, the last one is bird dog. You probably know this one. We're still in activation. We're trying to get into this position. We're trying to get on our toes just a little bit, our arms below our shoulders. And right now, what I'm trying to do is, again, engage my core, take a breathe in, and there are different variations. I will just show the progression. We can start just with our arm like this and down. We're trying to not lift all shoulder. We're trying to all the time remain the same position and back. We can do the same thing with the leg, which is a little bit harder. I just kick something. So you're gonna be good. Now we can do a combination. We can do cross. We can do left arm, right leg, and back. And when this is not enough for us, we can just go to bear position just for a few seconds. We get here, take a deep breath, and we're just gonna elevate our knees a little bit. And right here, I'm just gonna hold. And down. All right. Right now, there's nothing else we need to do right now, because right now we're in activation. We don't need to really do as much. If you want to add something more into this, you can get to the bear, and you can just try to basically slide your butt a little bit lower, and basically getting this little motion, which kind of works like when you're trying to jump forward. So you gotta like get loaded and get back, which is gonna help you to work with your glutes and with your core a little bit of motion. Whew. All right, we're activated. I'm pretty warm up. I'm ready to do anything. I could break rocks right now. I will just show you 2 more exercises I kind of like to put in the first phase. This is kind of not really activations, a little bit of activation, but a little bit of work as well. And that is sidewalk, which again you can use this simple band, or you can just use the Sveltus, short bands, and you can basically right now you're trying to create a tension in your legs, trying to remain in this position, and all you're just trying to move one leg while the rest of your body remains stable and your standing leg remains stable. So you're just trying to do a little step sideways and back. Sideways and back. Sideways and back. Now, what we need to look at, we have to look at our knee mainly. So we're not going to do this thing, but we're gonna drag our knee as a first. When we get this, we can go forward and we can go backwards. All right, for those who are super good at it, right now I feel my glute is on fire. My left glute is just, damn, he's just screaming right now. So I think that's enough. If you won't have enough, you can actually go to walking. All right, so that's it. And one more for stabilization, in case you were about to run or you're about to do some jumping. Really easy exercise. It's called a clock. And you pick one leg which is stable, you're staying right here, and then you have a clock right around yourself. And you try to do all hours with your right leg, but you're trying to reach as far as possible. So I'll dip a little bit. It's like a little squat movement, but it's more like a dip. It's not like a squat. It's not like I'm trying to squat. I'm just trying to dip a little bit, so I increase my range. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here, be careful to not get your knee off the line, of the horizontal, of the vertical line is going up here. Always remain it above your ankle. Got it. That 9. This one. This one is 10. This one is 11. One is 12. I hope I didn't miss anything. Right now, my leg then engaged. All leg is engaged. My stability is engaged. I'm ready to do whatever. My feet know something's happening, because the feet was doing a lot of work right here, trying to create instability. And we can get to the main part. All right, this main part should take, it's up to you, as I said. You can do either one training consisting of one exercise from each area, or you can do a more focused training. You can just put more squat-based exercising, or you can just create training on your own. But I would recommend to you if you do full body training, like I'm trying to do right here, always put at least one exercise from each area, and I would definitely put 2 cores into each. If you want to combine those, you can either go one exercise by one exercise. I wouldn't be worried about a combination of one more complex exercise, like a squat variation with a core exercise. Or you can kind of, if you don't have equipment and you really want to make it harder for you, and you just want to move, you don't care about focusing on strength development, you just want to get movement, you can kind of do like a circuit training. So you can just pick those one exercise from each area. You can just do one set at a time and get to another, and to another, and to another, short breaks between each, and then you just get a long break after the whole circuit. That's up to you. It's really depending what you're trying to focus the training on, or how you're going to approach the whole exercising thing. All right, first, a squat variation. So I will always start with a regular single leg squat. You can use a pillow right here so it won't hurt your knee. You probably know that this one. As it is more harder than regular squat, we can just get to unilateral. We're just trying to go straight down, touch, straight up. We can get something to our hands, like bottles or whatever creates tension. This one's pretty easy. We can get to about 20, 30 reps just to get the whole motion. But what I really like, and it's in your package, is using these slides. You have those in the first package, and you can basically do the whole variation of single leg squat, and you can go to free sides. You can go backward, you sliding. Once you get to the ideal range of motion, you're just gonna squat down, slide up. Now you can go sideways. This one's a little bit harder on your groins. Ooh. Yep. And you can go even up front. You can do that if you wish. If you feel like, I say this one is a little bit over exaggerated. I would just, if you want to use this one, I would just prefer to do this statically. Now you can go just 1, 2, 3. And you could go all around, or you can do 10 front, 10 side, 10 back. All right, now you can actually get to squat. You can use a chair, and you can go to. You can see me? I hope you can. Yep. Right now you can see me. All right, so you can do a squat on chair. So you basically get on the chair, sit, and stand up, or you can actually engage more your, where's my band? Not engage, you can make it harder just by using a band, which what I kind of like to do with a band is, if you have a light band, because this is going to be pretty difficult, you can just get your band right here. You can stretch the band to this position like you're doing goblet. It's important. So the band go not up front right here, but right here, so you can control the weight more. And now you're just gonna squat. I can do nice squats. The tension is just enough. If you don't have a band and you're trying to do it a little bit more dynamic, you can get to actually jumping, which is again without weight. I would prefer to do like a phasing squat, so you can divide the stages on 3. So you can basically get this position, and you just get 5 seconds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go up, or you can basically right here and get 1, 2, 3. A little bit higher. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And up. Then you can add jump. You can get just a little dip, and you can jump from it. Dip, jump, dip, jump, dip, jump. Or you can do from the face squat, so you get to the position that you prefer. How do you feel? How good you are? How strong you are? You can even go to the lowest position, and from here you can just go jump straight up. And again, this is really progression. If you feel comfortable and you don't have any equipment, we will try to make it harder for you. And it's also more dynamic, so be careful with these. This is kind of all squat variation I have for you. Now we get to hinge, which is this kind of motion that you need to do for your glutes, for your hips, and for your back chain. The first one is just a single leg deadlift, which is classic. You get right here. And with this motion, you can go the kind of running pattern, which ends right here, because this is basically the motion you do when you run. Or you can do full range of motion at home. If you want to engage the whole chain, the whole range of motion, I would just go the whole range of motion. Try to get, whenever you can, try to challenge yourself to go to full range of motion. Now you can use this little tool as a kind of like as an H tool, and you try to create tension on your feet by pushing the broom to kind of like right side of your toe, and right here you try to remain the broom in tension all the time. You have all time you need, so I would just stick with this one because, you know, right now I feel it a lot, so I probably wouldn't do anything else if I wouldn't just focus on my hamstrings. I can also use my rubber again. My expander, I'll use this one because it's a little bit heavier. And what we can do, we can just do a regular kind of like deadlift exercise. We can use a band. You're just gonna step on it. We're gonna create a tension. I'm just gonna create a little tension right now because, you know, I don't want to really get as much tired. I'll just grab it. And as you know, as you going to our fitness center, you already learned deadlift. If you haven't learned deadlift yet, this is kind of variation that I would be aware of. That is kind of more complex. But for those who can, you can just lock it right here. And you can do your deadlift at home with a band. And if you do this dynamic variation, or you can just step a little bit closer. Get it more challenging. If you have another band, if you have our super package, you can basically do it with this band, which is probably going to be pretty challenging even for me, even though I'm lifting like 150 usually. Ooh. All right. About the breathing, when you work with weight, which is not as hard to handle, you can do the thing I did right here because it wasn't as hard for me, so I was able to breathe on the way out. But usually, if it's going to be hard for you, make sure you always breathe in right here and exhale when you're in the starting position again. If you have something like this, which is our premium rail mass, you can make yourself a weight, just adding water into it. Right now it has around 10 kilos. It's not full of water, but I can use it pretty well. And I can use it for my deadlifting, or I can use it for my single leg deadlift. I can even do this variation. And I can just play with it as much as I want. All right, that was a hinge variation. We are just fine on time. All right, we can also add jumping into our hinge, but make sure you're not gonna do a squat jumping. So when you do a squat jumping, you going from squat to jump. When you're doing jumping and you're trying to engage more your hips, more your glutes, you need to get this hinge, and the energy got to go from this motion instead of this motion. So right now we can again jump, but we're going to jump from the hinge. All right, just to show you the difference, this is a squat jump. And this is a jump from hip hinge. Hope you can see a difference. All right, now we go to press variation. The most common press variation is, of course, bench press or push-ups. Do push-ups as much as you want. This is probably the best exercise on the world because you can do whatever with whatever you have. You can just do it by yourself. Just make sure you really pay attention to some issues that can happen when you do that. The first thing is make sure you always lock your shoulders. You engage your latissimus, your big back muscle, LATs. By doing this, you won't see that because the camera is terrible. But what's going to happen right now? If I'm going to lock it, your shoulders are going to get locked like this. It will get to safe position when it's stable, and you can really do whatever, and the shoulder just going to hold its position. You're also going to lock. You're going to engage by locking. You're going to engage your LATs, your latissimus dorsi, your big muscle, big back muscle, and you're also going to fix your scapula, so your scapulas won't be all over the place. So when we get to the push-up, we always trying to get on the floor and kind of like rip the paper. There's a paper right here. I'm trying to rip it this way. So I'm getting right here. I'm trying to rip it. You see what happens right here? Go sideways, rip it, rip it. All right, we're right here. A lot of people do this because they feel, all right, I'm just gonna rotate like this. They just feel, all right, if I'm gonna put my feet apart, I'll be more stable. You feel more stable, but it's not functional because you totally turn off your whole glutes and hamstring and whole back chain in this exercise. So what I recommend to you is to get feet apart like this, and right now flex your glute. Try to stick your butt cheeks together like this. You see what will happen? Right now I engaged my glutes. I fully extended my hips, and right now even my core is more engaged, and it's easier for me to get balance and to do it more complex. Right now I'm trying to do so step by step. I'm trying to break tire paper. I'm trying to engage my glutes, and now I'm trying to go down without actually getting my scapulas to get next to each other. So again, tire, glutes down. You can work with the angle of your arms as you feel the most comfortable. I wouldn't try to go super apart because then you put your shoulder in danger. When you try to do easy variation, just take the time. We're just fine on time. If you want to do easy variation, don't do women push-ups on your knees, because right now you're not going to engage your back chain at all. You're not going to engage your glutes. You're just going to turn it off again. We don't want that. What we want, we can do this variation. If you're able to see me, yeah, you can see me. Just gonna put this away. Hold. All right, and you can just use whatever you want. You can do it against the wall, or I can just do a couch like I have right here. I'm just going to do the same thing. Just going to do the same thing. You're going to try to tear the paper. You just try to engage your glutes, and now. You just go up and down. All right. If you have a expander, a band like this, you can do different variations. You can do this variation when you're gonna hold the band, get behind your back, and you can get right here. Same rules. You're gonna log the shoulders, and you're just gonna press it. Again, engage your glutes. By doing this, now the whole body is engaged, and I can work. I can do this variation. It's kind of heavy. Or I can just go 1, 2. I can just blow it as much as I want. I can do this on the ground as well. So it kind of simulates the floor press or even a bench press, which is easier variation. Can you see me? I hope you can. Yes, you can see. All right, right now I'm trying to stick my feet to the ground. Again, try to engage my hips and my glutes. And again, I'm trying to tear it a little bit. So I kind of like stick my chest out like this, and it's kind of heavy for me. Again, I can do one, or I can just hold. You know, it's up to you. You can just play with it as much as you want. Whew, damn, it's kind of heavy. You see, this is more like a muscle endurance or strength endurance for me, because I just do a lot of stuff with no break. All right, what we can do also to work on our shoulders, specifically for those of you who have a shoulder pain, or you just know the trainer told you, hey, you got to work on your shoulders, even or stability or kind of mobility, being able to divide the motion of your shoulder, because a lot of people do not feel their shoulder, so they are not able to basically do this simple motion or basically divide the pull motion to these two parts. They just kind of drag it. So you can do this simple exercise right now. You can do it in a push-up position right here. You can do it even on your knees, because this is different exercise. So for those who are not as strong, I would actually recommend all of you to start with this variation. You on your floor, and right now all you're trying to do is, again, engage your muscle, lock your shoulders, engage your back a little bit, and right now all you do, you're just going to do an isolated motion with your shoulders. I'm just going to let my chest to drop below my shoulders. I'm just going to let my scapulas get a little bit closer and up. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm working only with my shoulders, and I'm trying to create a situation when my shoulders need to isolate the motion, make the whole shoulder stable, and we are working on specific kind of motion, specific kind of ability for our body that we need for whatever press we're doing, most of the motions we do, and it's also called working on the healthy shoulders. So I would really recommend that. You can also do it with a band. Again, same variation, palm, palm, palm. You're right here. Make sure you not go right here up to your ear. Always get it down and back, down and back. Ooh, kind of heavy. I'm sweating a lot. All right, so that's a press variation. Now, this amazing broom, amazing invention, I'm gonna do a landmine press at home with these two equipments. For those of you who do have a broom, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You need to have, everyone has a broom, so you should be just fine. And all you need is just a rubber, just a band like this, or you can. No, there's just, all right, you just need a band for this one. So right now, I'm just gonna put my knee on the band, and I'm gonna get to this a nice position. I'm gonna hook the band right here. Actually, what is good to do is to just get a fox knot on it, like this, you see? All right, cool. So now I'm going to create a tension on the rubber right here. All right, this position, and right now I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go to this side. All right, so on my toe, again, I'm trying to flex my glutes right here. And I'm trying to just do the press. Right now, it's not ideal because I'm really tall. That's the problem. But for most of the people in the whole world are shorter than me, so we should be just fine. And the broom's just gonna be all right. And from here, I'm just gonna do this press. If you have a problem because it's sliding, just do it against the wall to avoid the broom for sliding this way. And before you do that, unless if you're just gonna use a first band, the lightest band, you shouldn't worry about it. But when you're actually gonna use a heavier band, make sure your broom is durable enough because you don't want to break it. And some brooms also can be unscrewed like this, so you can actually use only this part. I probably should have done that on the beginning, but that doesn't matter. All right. So these are press variations. Now we just get to the last part, the last area, and these are core variations. All right, we're just on time. We're just fine. All right, what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna show you dead bug, different plank variations, a bear position and crawling, and we will do something with a gym ball a little bit. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing I can do is I'm just gonna get it here so I have it prepared. We're gonna do a dead bug. Very good exercise to work with your 3D breathing, actually ability to breathe into your belly, breathe into your lower back, and basically be able to get your core engaged and get it ready for anything that can basically happen in terms of any hit, disbalance, or basically just remain our whole stable, which is really important. We should be able to do that because when we do squats, even when we're running, even when we're living our daily lives, we need to be able to breathe to our belly. Again, there will be seminar for breathing, so I'm not going to tell you all the amazing things that the breathing can do for you, because you will hear that probably from me in another seminar. So right now, a dead bug is an easy variation. We get right here. We lift our legs. We always try to stick our toes, try to flex, get the dorsiflexion right here. We're trying to get kind of like 90 degree right here. If it's a little bit more, doesn't matter as much, but we're trying to get in this position. And right now we're just trying to breathe and hold this position. That's the lowest, that's the easiest variation. Then we can just go breathe in, hold it, engage. I'm breathing right here, right everywhere in this area. It just now filled and stable. All right, now I go touch and back. Touch and back. All right, right now I can straighten my leg and back. Now I can go again cross, contralateral. I can go ipsilateral, that means same arm, same leg. All right, if I'm really comfortable in these, I can use a gym ball, which is gonna help me to again make it a little bit harder. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to put a pressure with my leg, with my arm on the ball. So I'm kind of trying to squeeze it. So now I'm squeezing it. Right now my core is working as hell. Right now I'm just trying to go again, contralateral and hold the ball all the time. And right now I'm just trying to do ipsilateral. Ooh, it's hard. That's what exercises do. So this was dead bug. Very good variation. I would start with it. Don't do crunches or anything like that. This is much more healthier and much more beneficial for you, because you really gotta learn how to work out your core and your belly and your whole to work for you in your daily life or during your exercises. It's not about having abs. It's about being able to get stable, to be stable, and to be able to engage your inner muscle stability system. Plank variations. We can get the plank, just check time. All right, we should be just on time. A plank variation. I'll just show the most basic plank variation. We're right here. Again, we're trying to get our shoulders locked, and we just get right here. Again, we don't have our feet apart. We're trying to stick them together, and again, engage our glutes and hold in this position. The rules are very similar to a push-up position. We can go on a side when you can just start with variation when you're supporting yourself with your other leg. You get right here. Make sure your shoulder is locked right here. It's not shrugged. So it's right here and you're just holding. Then you can just get right here. You can work with it. And now variation with the gym ball. Harder variation. Where you can just get on a gym ball right here. Again, you try to lock those shoulders. Oh, there, it's kind of hard. Ooh. All right. Now you hold in this position. It's kind of hard for me. And so to show, I will get a little bit closer. All right. So you get this. You get this position, and now you can just do this little movement, or you can just try to lift yourself. Just this little motion. And if you have a family member who wants to help you or who wants to hurt you instead of helping you, you can just get someone. You're gonna be right here, and you're just gonna hit the ball. So you're just gonna sustain the damage, and you're just gonna hold it solid as a rock. All right, those are plank variations. All right, last two exercises is a bear position. This is the position coming from a bird dog. We're right here. And just lift, get right here. And now what we can do, we can lift our arm with our rack again, breathe in. We can do the same thing with our leg. We can do contra. We can start crawling. We can start crawling once we are more comfortable in it. Come on, hold. Stupid dog. All right, he's just gonna hit me. Doesn't matter. All right, I'm right here, and I'm trying to crawl without moving my butt too much. I'm trying to breathe in and do a little step. All right, when I feel comfortable in it, I can use this right here. I can just get in the position. I hope it's not gonna drop because I'll be ashamed. All right now, I'm just getting right here, and I just start walk. Now I can go sideways. All there. All right, now you can do the same thing sideways, which is a little bit harder. All right here again. Now the important thing is we always do cross. So if I go sideways, like always, right arm, left leg. All right. Ooh, it's hard. And the last thing, we're gonna move our slides. This is again a little bit harder for beginners, but you can try that if you feel like. We get to a push-up position. We can get to push-up position. We get on our feet. We get those are the sliding pads you can get from Sveltos as well. I've used it in the first squat exercise. We get right here. We get engaged, our butt, and we go climb it. Ooh. All right, don't do that. Don't do this because it's not really healthy for your knees. Don't do the standing up. The sliding, do that. I like it. Oh, the sliding you can do with your both legs. You can hold one, slide another, etc. All right, right now, I'm done with the main part. Let's just imagine you did the SMR. You did the activation, you did the mobility, you did the main part according to your plan that you created for yourself. Right now, you're done with everything. Now it's a cool down time. It's a cool time, but it's also a cool down time. So you can just rest for a bit. You can breathe. You can have yourself a drink. Just wait for a bit. Let your whole body to calm down, kind of like let the body know, all right, it's okay. Right now, we're just going to be chilling. There is no more working out right now, so your body gets settled. And then after a few minutes, 5 minutes is probably just enough. Then you can start rolling again. I will do SMR just a little bit. Again, I don't want to tell you really because you should hear that from Roman or another trainer who's going to have a presentation on the SMR, but just trust me, it's really good. It's going to kind of like restart the whole blood flow system, because right now there is I don't want to say it, so I'm just not going to say it, just do that a little bit. You can even stretch a little bit, it's up to you, but I wouldn't really recommend a static stretching as much. I would always prefer the SMR. That if you like static stretching, as I said, you can text, you can add a comment, why or what should I do instead of static stretching, etc. And I can answer that question. If you have questions right now, please put it there so I can see it right now. I can just answer you in a broadcast, in live broadcast. If not, as I say, if you're not watching right now in this moment, and you are just someone who's been watching it later in this week or whenever, just add a comment. I will always be there to to give you an answer, or someone else will. And just a little summary about this video. As I said in the beginning, this is not a textbook workout. Kind of like I'm the one who's showing you stuff and you do the same thing on the other side of the screen. Don't do that. Do the first part, do the SMR, do the activation, do the mobility, and then you have to be your own trainer a little bit in this hostile situation. Just that doesn't allow you to do much for yourself. But what you can do, you can just do a quick 20-30 minute workout every day. Just going to use perhaps one exercise, as I said, from each area, just to really get stretch, to feel a little better, to step out from the painful chair and get yourself a good portion of endorphins from working out. So definitely do that. If you want a specific training for you, for your body type, for your functional needs, or you have any other, if you have any other need that we can help you with, so don't hesitate to contact us. We can help you with your own training. We can assign you a personal trainer, so we can actually have a real training with a trainer who's going to be watching you, who's going to let you know what to do. So if you feel like you don't know really what to do, you can just contact us and we can give you a simple guidance. We can just talk about it for a bit and we can just give you advice and recommendations specially for you. Or we can, as I said, we can provide you with a personal trainer and you can have a personal training session. All right. Otherwise, if any questions or anything, you can just ask here in comments, or you can just send me an email on daniel.zach, Z-A-C-H, @sparring.cz, or we can basically send a message on Facebook or Instagram or whenever where sparring is listed. All right, so this was my home workout video. I hope you enjoyed this, and make sure you keep scrolling on our YouTube channel. You keep just doing what you're doing. We'll try to give you enough material for the whole time that this situation is gonna keep going. So you'll have enough of everything to actually make yourself healthier, feel better, and as I said, I'm not gonna make it any longer. Just let us know. We are here for you and we are open. I'm telling you, Sparring Point is open for you, so don't hesitate to contact us. Have a great day.